All right, guys. So, yeah. Good evening sa mga taga-Pilipinas and good morning to all our Canadian and US members here. So, this is our, every other Wednesday Zoom call to build and support our team Philippines. So, thank you so much, guys, for hopping on. And I know most of you, kind of still have this, hangover with the conference. So we'll do our best to share to you guys some of the exciting, announcement with conference. And I know most of you already hear from different, leaders and even the corporate doing recap of the conference. So anyway, we will still share with the Philippine teams what's going on in the US and Canada, so you have some idea. And then we will highlight some of the things, that will be available in the Philippines. Different markets, sometimes they have different setups. So of course, now Mexico is coming up, in terms of the business, not just preferred customer. September 10. So come September 10, guys, we can start enrolling members, business partners for Mexico. So I highly encourage you guys, and sometimes even though that you don't have a direct, connection to Mexico, somewhere down those people that they know somebody in there, and it happens multiple times. Like example for me, I don't know anybody directly in Canada, but my team is one of the biggest organization already in Canada. So because I know some of my members, they know somebody and know somebody, this is one of the beauty about our business. Okay, so that's September 10th. And of course, the Passion Berry is already available sa Pilipinas. Na ito yung cost. I took a screenshot on the team office of the Philippines. So I think the same cost with whatever flavor they have. So they only have a packet, not in canister yet. But I check it, hindi pa siya available sa mga party pack. Okay, and even on the transformation kit. So maybe in the next couple of weeks or so. But for now, you can buy it individually. The passion packets. So hindi pa siya nakalagay sa kit. So they will update that one soon. But so far, you can buy it individual. All right? So that's a cool thing. We already have a tropical melon, and this one berry. And I know soon some of those flavor will also follow. Right? So take note, guys, yung mga taga-Pilipinas natin, this is be good for you. So you have different flavors. And I know most of the Filipinos, ang gusto talaga nila is yung mga sweeter side. Like melon, hopefully yung strawberry kiwi. This one is a little bit tangy yung ano niya, berry, but at least you have some good flavor. And for me, ang passion berry is more stronger than any other, flavor ng passion. So again, yung ano natin, yung Resolve is already available sa mga transformation kits sa US and Canada, but not in the Philippines yet. So ito yung nilagay ng company sa transformation kit natin, guys. The good thing is, dinagdag ng Yoli to sa transformation kit without adding the cost, which is awesome. So kung titignan niyo yung vision ng company, they're adding more values to the business and really to help out our customers and our members. Right? So guys, especially here in the US, I start calling people since yesterday. I have people that been using 50 PB. They're not active. Guess what? They're jumping back to the transformation kit just to avail the Resolve. So that's good strategy for all of us. Even though the company give it for free on transformation kit, what will happen then? People will go back to the transformation kit because this is the only way they can avail the Resolve. You cannot buy the Resolve for individual yet. But if you buy the transformation kit, you get it. And the cool thing is, even though you said, I'm not using the whole kit, since you avail the Resolve, then retail some of the product inside the kit. So it makes sense on the business side. You make money and you get this one for free, including on the kit. Of course, the black raspberry is one of the great flavor, but it needs to be ice cold so you can really taste it great. Now, hindi pa to available sa Pilipinas, guys. They're gonna submit it to FDA. But here in US and Canada, it will be available soon. Individually and also on the kit. So they will do that. And for those people who are on the conference, they were able to get this one. Congratulations to you guys. When I went back to the store, they already ran out. Wala nang stocks. Inubos yata ni Joemarie. You know? So this is a good flavor, guys. And I heard a lot of feedback. It is stronger. You know, mas potent yung energy niya. You know, kumpara sa ibang mga flavor. I don't know, maybe if it's brand new, but definitely it has a good kick to it. Right? So watch out lang yung mga Pilipinas, and soon it will be available sa ibang market natin. But so far ngayon, dito lang sa US yan. They have come out with a new sample pack. Yung new sample pack natin, guys, lahat na samples, no? But they will not come out the new sample pack hanggang ma-inventory nila yung black raspberry. Kasi kasama na yun yung mga packets. Right? So we'll get more details on that. And then, of course, woohoo! Cabo, guys, Los Cabos. This is an amazing, amazing incentive trip. This is coming February 24 to 28. Okay, so invited lahat, Pilipinas, Canada, Mexico, and US to come to this event. Now, you don't need to be a certain rank, but if you hit a certain rank, you will earn points, discount, and eventually 100 to 200% pay. Okay, so I will discuss that one after yung mga speakers natin. I will discuss the details, how to use the percentage and take it, kasi mga Pilipinas pwede mag-participate din dito. So we'll go back on that. And of course, yung Diamond VIP trip in Panama. So there's no exact date yet, but it will be in the summer. Usually, Yoli will do it sometimes in June. No? Sometimes in June, they do this one. So if you hit Diamond, you will be included on this trip, or those existing Diamond and above. So, yeah. Just like what we said to you guys, if you get into Yoli, better ready with your passport, because you're going to end up traveling a lot. You know? Now, of course, the videos, they updated the videos. We have the latest Better Body videos. Now, just pay attention on the Better Body videos, guys, especially on the Philippines. Kasi may mga ibang mga statement dito na hindi applicable sa Pilipinas, like yung resolved, kasi hindi pa available, and also on the price. Now, on the price, kasi based on US and Canada price yan. Now, just rather than that, you know, it is awesome. The details, the message that, you know, really put in on the videos is great. So I will start using this new one, especially the Alkalit Explain, guys. Short but very effective when they show these videos explaining the time release. And of course, the real people, real result video is awesome, because marami siyang testimonial ng business. Then the Yoli next step. Bago na lahat yung videos natin. Okay? So start comparing it. If you go to yoli.com, if you have a Yoli apps, available na siya sa Yoli apps. You know, sa YouTube. You know, there's some ways to download in YouTube. Now, I already downloaded it. Now, some of you guys knows about it already. I teach you how to do it. You know, and I know Joemarie will do some training on that, like using the Dropbox and whatnot, you know, in his team. So any kind of available information we're gonna get, guys, you know, we will share it to you as we get some of the details, and you know. All right. And of course, Yoli invitation letter. This is one of the big things that Yoli did to all of us. You know, so yung mga taga Pilipinas, we have multiple Philippine member were able to come to the US because they will send an invitation letter, just like this one. This is an invitation letter example of Allan and Clarisse Castillo. Now it's sent to them. You know, like even yung mga diamond natin, sila Red Ricio, they will send an email of a cover letter, and it's good not to help out with, you know, approval of your visa. But again, you know, it's up to the consul how they will approve you. Kasi titignan pa rin yung mga personal accounting yung whatnot. But at least meron kang invitation sa Yoli to give you a legit travel, an invitation to come into some event. Like, for example, Cabos, Panama, or whatever conference Yoli will have soon. Right, so, okay. Yo, hold on. Okay, so we'll go next. Yeah, now guys, I would like to bring in one of my awesome friend. No, I've been a good friend with this couple for a couple of years now. We've been doing some business together. And finally, oh go, na nakapunta sila dito sa America. It's quite a battle. Trust me. You know, me and Eugene have been talking about can they come, can they make it? You know, like sabi nga nila, pag timing, pag panahon mo talaga. And you know, of course, I really believe on commitment of the leaders, and now we're so happy really na-meet namin si Allan, Clarisse and their daughter Anya to the event. So we took our time really to spend time with them para ma-maximize talaga nila yung event, So she is our brand new Ruby executive from Manila. So I would like to bring in Clarisse just to share her experience and what is the importance of coming to event like this one. And I know they're coming to Cabo also. So try to unmute yourself, please.
Okay, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, yeah. So, just to share, I think what Chris was referring to was really the last minute decision we had to make to join. So it took a lot of thinking, a lot of Zoom calls, a lot of Facebook calls with Chris, and then finally with Eugene for us to decide to come. So we got our visa Friday afternoon. I was able to confirm that we will get our visa the next day. So Saturday morning, I booked our flight and then took the flight on Monday. So that was how swift everything happened. But as soon as we stepped into the conference, you'll forget all the the hassle and the drama and the difficulty of going through the process, kasi you'll feel all the energy, you'll feel all the love. It was all positive. We felt like I cannot actually find an exact word to describe everything. It was my first time, and this is also my first time in this business. So I think as far as the conference experience is concerned, I was floored to see how genuine all these people are. How loving the whole Yoli nation is. When we started the business, I kept on asking myself, why do they call this a Yoli nation? I was like, what is this Yoli nation? Minsan we would normally joke in the office, is this a cult or something? But you would be floored to feel, all the energy and the love and the warmth in the room. And on a personal note, so I'm meeting some of a couple of people here this week because it's a USANA conference. And, we would see them pass by the street, wearing all their ID laces. And it's very different from what I see last week, people who doesn't know each other, smiling at each other, hugging at each other. So the warmth and the love is really there. So I'm really floored to be part of, what we call the Yoli Nation. So now I don't ask myself what this Yoli Nation is. I just say I'm part of the Yoli Nation. So I think that is something that made the whole experience worth it. In terms of the major takeaways, actually there would be a lot of takeaways from the conference. I felt like the fee that we paid for the conference itself, day one pa lang, it's like sobrang sulit na. So I felt like just on day one, I can actually go home and kind of maximize the whole thing. But the whole conference basically gave me a lot of takeaways. I name probably just the top 3 on top of my head. The first one is being new in this business. In the past, when they talk about network marketing, it's purely just selling and trying to connect with all the people just to be able to sell. But now it gave a deeper meaning to me, being part of this business, because it's really doing something for a purpose. I think that is something that most of the founders kept on repeating on the stage, and you just don't hear it. You actually see it. You see people shed tears. When we opened the conference bag, Allan, my husband, was like, "Why is there a tissue? Are we supposed to cry?" And we were both laughing in the room, right? So, and true enough, it's because you realize while you sit there listening that this is not just a business of earning money, of getting commissions. It's really, doing something for a purpose. And that's why there's a tissue, because you really feel it. You can relate to it. So that's something that is very contagious. You just see people sobbing. You just see people wiping their eyes because they're all touched. They all can relate. So I think that's the first takeaway I have. The second one is we're in the past, I keep on seeing slides of, we're in a relationship business and all that, and it's really true, because what our guest speakers basically emphasized was, we are not just selling products. Of course, the products are there; they're really good, but the stories that we tell, that's something that is very relevant to the purpose that we do. The stories, the experiences, all those things. That's very important. It's one of the, I believe, sharpest tool that we can use in this business. Building our stories, and Kendra Hall did a very great job to, teach us how to tell those, how to create and tell those stories. Robbie Fender, basically, even prior to the speakers, were telling great stories, and that is where people can relate, and that's where we can actually help them and influence them, and offer what we have in our products. And then the third and the very important, which from day one, we've been trying to practice, is the beautiful state of mind. In all these things, there would be bumps, there would be humps, there would be challenges, but as long as you keep the beautiful state of mind, it all will pass. You just go through it smoothly, and you'll just be surprised that it's done. It worked perfectly, and that's something that we're starting to practice. Sometimes I have to call out my husband, or even Anya, even my daughter. She also attended a couple of the conferences, and I would hear her tell her that, Daddy, beautiful state of mind, Mommy, beautiful state of mind. So it's having that mindset, to always keep that in mind, and put it in action, that brings everything back together, put all the pieces back together. So to me, the conference is something that I will never forget. I was telling Chris, I normally have annual conferences as well in the corporate, in my corporate career, but this is something really, really different. So I would like to thank Chris and Eugene for not giving up on us, for asking us, you should come, because it was really all worth it. So there.
All right. So, salamat, Clarisse. So, yeah, that's one of the things, like Clarisse mentioned, guys, is one lesson for us leaders. You don't give up on those people, and keep doing the follow up, because the right people or person they will come to your organization. And just like Clarisse, I observed CJ, my 15-year-old daughter. This is the first time that she sat on a conference for the whole 3 or 4 day event. And just like Anya, she start relating to it. And the cool thing is, guys, and I see this one to Joemarie and Shia, the effect of their kids, with all this personal development, leadership, and one of their, if I'm not mistaken, 1 or 2 of their kids already in Yoli building, and one of them is already a 5-star goal. This is one of the benefit, guys. If we can help, we can build this business as a family thing. The mindset, and with all of those kind of distraction right now, the negative news. So us helping our kids, pick up a lot of good stuff into this kind of event, and joining them to Yoli is already a plus factor. Okay, so now, guys, without any further ado, I'm gonna bring in our next guest. Now, they are one of our amazing couple who received a great awards at our awards night ceremony, and they will deserve about the awards. And I seen this couple, how they grow, and in their personal development and leadership. And if I'm not mistaken, they are the only team in my organization that drove 18 to 21 hours, with their team members, So well, for me, that speaks volume, in terms of sacrifice. I kind of complain, because our flight get canceled, from Fort Lauderdale going to Jacksonville. So we took the night owl flight, the red eye, so we don't have sleep. I end up driving 5 hours. When I heard about Joemarie, I stopped complaining. Because 5 hours against 21, okay, that's nothing. But anyway, I would like to bring in our diamond executive out of Illinois, Chicago, Joemarie. Go ahead, bro.
Wow. Okay, guys. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, everyone. Did you guys hear me?
Yep.
Loud and clear.
Okay. Wow. So yeah, 21 hours, right? I mean, that's how valuable the event is to us. I mean, if you are able to drive in order for you to bring people to this event, then you have to, right? Because you already saw the event. This is our 5th conference, and it was just amazing. Yoli is just evolving each year, and I would like to commend Clarisse because, I mean, for her, I mean, I'm 21 hours, but she actually sacrificed too much for her to actually sacrifice going to the U.S., right? I mean, that's probably 18 hours, but I mean, for her to live a country, to go fly to the U.S. just to see this. And I remember the first time when we were, in the first time that we were in this event, we were just blown away. We were blown away, and I think that was the turning point. It was a defining moment for us, me and Sha. I hope she is actually here, but she's doing BBP. I'm sorry I didn't do any PowerPoint presentation because right after when we got home, members, we brought like about 30 members in the event, and for us, members were just calling us and saying, "Oh, when are you able to sit down? When are you available for this BBP and this connection call and all that kind of stuff?" Now, I'm sorry, guys. I had the Passion BlackBerry, so sorry. I'm kind of high energy right now. So it works, right? It works. I know there is a lot of things that needs to be discussed. We cannot compress a 3-day event into just a 30-minute or a 45-minute type of conference call. And I like what Chris Medina is giving you guys all the updates already. Clarisse had give you guys some good points, but I'm just going to go over some of the important ones. First of all, I want to thank Chris Medina for trusting us. They actually help us actually able to do the training for the Sunday training, so we were able to do that. And then Joe John, if he's here, Joe John, thank you so much. So first of all, guys, I think I'm gonna start with Stephen Covey because it's very, very huge, as what Clarisse said. Stephen Covey was really timely for us to really hear a keynote speaker in this event, because he was actually talking about the speed of trust, right? And it's so vital because in this business, if people don't trust you, if people don't like you, if people don't know you, they're not gonna buy your products. They're not gonna follow you. They're not gonna be attracted to your business, right? And it's kind of hard, right? That's why when people have objections, that's the main thing, guys. They don't trust us. That's why, a lot of times it's hard to present this to our families, because our families, they do trust us, but they're over familiar with us, right? That's why sometimes our families are too hard to get in this business or actually get in the products, right? So that's why it's so huge, guys, because, and I cannot really give you guys all the stuff, but I think what I was he gave us like some numbers, just comparative numbers about companies that have the high trust companies would perform like 286%. That's triple, right? So we cannot, there's data that would say that. There are a sample of companies that he was showing on the screen there that these companies, because of their trust with their customers, right, even with paying, right, their performance went into triple, right, 286%, right? And I think another important thing from him was that if you can write this down, guys, I mean, if you have a notebook, and I know some of you already probably got this from the conference, the 4 cores of credibility. I think that's really important. 4 cores of credibility. Number 1, and that's the root of the tree. So if you imagine the tree, right? That's the root of the tree is integrity, right? Integrity. So you would need that in order for you to be able to have credibility. You know, I thought credibility before was just integrity. I thought that was it. It was integrity is actually different, right? So number 2 is intent. So you have to declare your intent, right? People would not care to actually trust you. They would not trust you if they don't know if you care, right? If you're just after, if you have an agenda all the time, if you just want their their money, right? If you come in as that, people don't trust you. That's why you have to declare your intent that you want to help them, right? And it's about their wants. It's about their needs. It's not about you. When you approach them, it's about that, right? So declaring your intent, and I think I got this. A lot of times, that's why we have, I think, drama in our business is because we always seem to question the intent of people, right? Even in our own organization. So we always questions, like you always assume that there's a negative impact or a negative intent. Guys, in Yoli, there's no negative intent. There's always positive intent. Your sponsors, your leaders, your upline leaders are always going to have positive intent in your business. Why? Because the more they're going to help you, the more they're going to be successful, and the more you're going to be successful as well. So always have positive intent. So that's good. Number 3 is capabilities, right? These are basically now the tree, right? So you're basically the top one, which is above ground already. So that's capabilities. Basically, these are your skills. These are the stuff that how you perform, right? And then 4th is your results, right? Results. Because this is one thing that I was shocked with Stephen Covey. You can be, you may have integrity, right? You may declare your intent. But if you are not competent, let's say you're not able to deliver results, you are not credible. I don't know if I hope I didn't give you guys a little bit of misunderstanding there, or confusion. But to tell you the truth, you can have integrity and you can declare an intent you want to help people. But if you are not competent, that's why it's so huge that you have to have the skills. You have to learn. That's why you have to go to events. You have to be on the trainings, because if you are not able to deliver and you say, I want to help you to get to 5-star gold, I want to help you to get to diamond, and if you're not able to give people the skills and the results, then you're not credible. Okay, so that's one from Stephen Covey. And I think we're going to move on to Robbie Fender. And I like what Clarisse had said, the beautiful state of mind, right? So I don't want to deal with that a lot, but very first thing in the morning, you have to be doing your Superman pose, right? Superman pose. Why? Because you have to be grateful, right? You have to be grateful. If you're waking up in the morning and you're grateful about the things that you're actually grateful for, right? If you're thinking about that, what will happen to you? Your emotional state will go up, right? What are the things that you're excited about? Okay. And then the third one is actually so declaring. What was that? Be grateful what the things that you're grateful for, and then think about the things that you're excited about. And I think the third one: who can you bless? Whose life are you gonna bless today, right? And those are the 3 things for that beautiful state of mind. And I think I just wanna give you guys this one because this is really important. A lot of times we get frustrated because we put expectations on people, right? That's the root of all the frustrations that we have. If we put expectations on Chris Medina to help us on these things, then what would happen? Don't put expectations on Chris Medina. Put expectations on yourself, right? Because this business is all about you. It's not about anybody else, right? That's why they're teaching us that, right? Don't put expectations on your people. Oh, they're not moving, right? I like what Chris Medina said, you know, the ASS, right? People are not moving their ASS, right? Which is achieving success story, right? So that's about it, right? I mean, you know, don't put expectations on your team. Don't put expectations on your leadership, but put our sponsor, but put expectations on yourself, right? And you are a product of your daily rituals, right? And I think Robbie said this. You have to know what you want, right? The outcome. You have to really make sure you know what you want, right? Make sure, be clear. There should be a clarity of what you want and then why you want it. Because I'm telling you right now, when struggles comes, when drama comes in, when sacrifice needs to be done, you guys are gonna give up. I'm just telling you right now. If your why is not bigger than your dream, right? You're not gonna be able to continue this business. And then the last one would be taking massive action. And this is, we all fail on this one, right? Because even though you know what the outcome is and you know why you're doing it, if you're not taking massive action, right? What happens? It's all in there. It's potential energy. And then let's go to Kindra. I mean, Kindra, telling stories, guys, and strategic stories is the key to this business. Stories are very powerful because that's the only thing. Let's say if I meet a stranger right now, right? The stranger would not listen to facts, would not listen to the information you're telling about. But if you're telling a story, it's more effective, right? And I've realized that too. When we do PowerPoint presentations and training, people don't get it. I think Robbie said you only get like 10%. But if you tell stories, you get to about 50 to about 80%. So it's the stories, guys. It's not about what information or you being an expert on this and all that kind of stuff. But I think storytelling is really huge. There is a science to it. Okay, and I think I'm going to move on to power of connection calls. Connection calls, guys, I cannot really, me and Sha, before when it was still called like a three-way call, we were kind of, because we built a yellow culture team. You know, this company is also a yellow culture. We're more on helping people. And when we call it as a three-way call, sometimes it's like, it's kind of cheesy, right? So when it was called a connection call, all we're doing is connecting that person to another person, right? That's either have success with their health or they're doing this business and that be able to relate to that person. It doesn't have to be a diamond, or it doesn't have, you don't have to connect it to a blue diamond or a diamond every time. It's always just connecting those people to a specific person that can relate. Maybe a diabetic person, right? That had success in this business or in their health. Things like that. So connection calls are very, very powerful. There is a proper procedure of doing it though. So that's why you have to connect with your sponsor, whoever's been in the annual conference. Connect with them because they have all the guides. We don't have to discuss that today. Very, very powerful. And I think the last one would be, I'm just going to summarize, guys. Linda Dukes-Franey gave us a really good one. Because a lot of times we gave people would always tell us about time objections, right? People would tell us like, oh, I don't have 3 hours in a week. And it was so powerful when she said that in the panel, because she said at first when she was doing her full-time job as a radio announcer in the radio business, she said, I don't have 3 hours when she was starting. Imagine she doesn't have 3 hours in a week, right? People would have watching TV for almost like 10 hours a day or 8 hours a day. But for me, guys, that was huge because what she said and she answered. But when my sponsor told me that you can do it in small increments of time, what happened? That means on a break time, how much break time you have? Maybe 30 minutes, right? So maybe the 10 minutes can be done through a call. can you do a call on 10 minutes? Even 5 minutes, right? So that was so huge for me, because if you're going to give them 3 hours per week, let's say they're doing this part-time, right? 3 days in a week. If you do 3 hours right away, it's like, I don't have 3 hours. That's huge. I have my family, I have my kids, I have my job, I have business, I have everything, right? But if you do it in increments of time of like splitting it up to about 3 to 4, 15-minute time in a day, what happens? Now they're able to do their business. And that's what's so huge with this business, because a lot of time people don't do this business. They're not really serious with the commitment. With their job, they time in, right? Because they get paid when they time in and time out. So when their schedule is 8 to 5, they time in and time out. But in their business, they don't time in and time out here in their Yoli business. Oh, I'll just do that next day, right? But if you create a habit, and this is where we're going, the action list, right? Establishing daily rituals. Number 1, establish a daily ritual, because it builds a habit in about 14 to 21 days. So it's really important to be consistent. If they say 2 a day brings freedom my way, right? Then you have to do your 2 a day for 14 to 21 days and look at what will happen. There is a reason why the ticket is 28-day cycle, right? 28-day transformation, because people would build a habit in about 14 to 21 days. So build that daily ritual and build a habit, right? Leading by example. And I think if you guys say that you don't have a team, maybe you have a team, or you're just building a team, or you're just leading yourself, you have to start leading by example. And I think I emphasize this with the Sunday training, power of sacrifice, because here's the thing that you just need to remember, guys. In leadership, example is not the main thing in influencing others. It's the only thing. So if you're saying that this is the business where after maybe a few years, you're just gonna be there and then you have arrived, this is what I call the destination disease. So avoid that. If you arrive and you go on management mode, what happens? You lose respect, because you're not sacrificing anymore. You're not going out there. You're not declaring your intent. People, you're going to lose respect with your team, and your team are going to go away. This is one of the reasons why, and I'm not saying this is the only reason, but one of the main reasons is people lose respect because they do that. And another thing is because these people have probably, we haven't set honest expectations with these people. And this is so key, guys. If you want to build trust, you have to make sure you set the honest expectations with people, right? How do you do that? Well, do the GST, right? Ask them about their goals, not your goal. Don't assign goals for them. Ask them for their goals. When they say, oh, I want $10,000 a month. Okay, well, ask them right away, how much time can you be able to give us to do this business? And if they say, well, I still have a kid, I have 2 jobs, I have this and that, and I have to go on a vacation this weekend and all that kind of stuff, right? So maybe 2 hours. Well, I'm telling you right now, what you want, you cannot get that in that amount of time you're giving us. You have to be full-time, maybe doing overtime if you want $10,000 a month. What am I doing? I'm setting honest expectations, right? Now they're going to say, oh, maybe I'll just want maybe $1,000 now a month, right? Well, that's good. We can work on that. $1,000 a month, then maybe I need about 3 to 5 hours per week, maybe 1 hour per day, right? Now that we can set honest expectations, and that's why a lot of people have quit in this business, is because maybe they have expected too much. Maybe they thought that this is a lottery ticket that they can probably put in their money and then all of a sudden they're going to win, right? And they're going to make an income. Guys, this is a legit business. This is not, where can you find a business like that? If that was the business of Yoli, everybody's probably here already. Everybody probably signed up already, right? So that's why this is a legit business. And then before you take massive action, guys, and this is key because I've learned a lot from this. Before people are coming from the conference, people are going to be really excited. They're going to be motivated. They're going to be inspired, right? But the problem is if the leaders or the sponsors don't give them clarity of what they need to do in taking massive action, right? And they take massive action, what happens? They burn their list. They don't do anything. They're not being trained. They go out there and it's almost getting them to the battlefield without what? Without any weapon. So it's like, oh my gosh, they're gonna die there. And then I think the fourth one would be using the tools, guys. So connecting calls. And for me, this is big because following the system, you always hear this, following the system, right? I always try to say, in a franchise business, let's say McDonald's, right, or Jollibee. If you are a franchise of Jollibee, right, if you bought a franchise, if you do not follow the system, they can just take you off and say you're not part of us anymore. We're gonna eliminate your franchise. But here in this business in Yoli, we don't get punished, right? There's no penalty right now if you don't follow the system, and that's the key. Because if we were used to our jobs in our careers before, where you can lose your job, right, when you do the wrong thing, right? So that's why here it's kind of hard because this is our business. Most of us don't have experience in doing a business, right? So that's why it's kind of hard following the system. Most especially if there's nobody looking at you, there's no boss actually sticking a stick here right in your chest, right? And then I think events, are not an option for you guys who have been there. You know why? This is where lives are changed. Events like this, we hope we were able to give you justice of how it was actually live in the live event. But for me, guys, events are not an option because that's why we drove 21 hours because we saw the value. We can fly. Me and Shaq can fly. But in order for you, and this is the key too, you have to be good promoters of events. And the only way you can be a good promoter of the event is if you actually experience the event. Right? So be the example, lead by example. And I think I'm going to leave this to you guys. The Rising Star Award, we were so, that was so unexpected. Last year I was on my tux. And this year we didn't expect that. That was why we were so emotional when we got the award because it was unexpected. These awards, like Commitment Award, Rising Star Award, and some of the other ones, they're actually, these are people that have, what do you call this? They have been voted for. So if you got an award like that, Yoli Nation voted for you. And that was so huge for us because people were coming and this is how it is. I mean, for how many years, 20 plus years that I've been in corporate, I haven't had any recognition like Yoli did for us. And I'm just not, I'm just telling you this, guys. I mean, Yoli is just starting. Yoli is just starting with the Yoli Mexico coming up. Yoli is just opening up markets for us. Where will you be, right, when Malaysia is going to open? Where will you be when Indonesia is going to open? Where will you be when UK is going to open, right? And I like what they said. The Yoli corporate has done their stuff. Now we have to do our part, right? We have to do our part. And I think Chris Medina already said this, and I'm sorry, guys, it took a long time, but I think this is really important. We're doing this not just for ourselves. We're doing this for our kids. Because if your kids see this, what will happen, and I'm not saying that they don't have to go to school. They have to go to school, right? It's just that what is your guarantee that your kid or your kids, after they graduate, they're going to get a job? right? Or maybe they're in a job that they're not actually in their own specific career that they went to school for, right? There's a lot of jobless people out there, people that have graduated. There's a lot of competition out there. And technology is bringing it to the level where a lot of people are being replaced by robots, being replaced by technology, and so fast. And so that's why there's a lot of jobless people out there. And where are they going to go? They're going to go to you. Why? Because network marketing is not going to go away. Why? Because our business is going to stay. Our products will always be the top priority of people, which is health, right? Still the #1 out there, right? Weight loss. And then we need people to explain our products. A robot cannot explain, right? The comp plan, or maybe the comp plan they can, but the transformation, right? The meal plan, the guide, the system. So we need people to do that. And there you go, guys. So I think I took a lot of time, but thank you so much for having me, Chris. I hope I was able to give justice to the conference. Thank you, guys.
All right, so thank you so much, Joemarie. I like what Joemarie mentioned about don't put expectation to anybody else. So the expectation, guys, I want you to write this down. You need to change expectation to appreciation. So you put expectation to yourself and then appreciation to others, to your downline, to your members, to your customers, to your upline, and to your leaders. Okay, so expectation, no, it will apply to you, and appreciation to others. Now let me go straight to the Cabo, because this is also good for you guys in the Philippines, that you can come and join us for free. And I know we have multiple people from the Philippines that will join us in here in this event. And I know Clarisse and Allan and their kid, they're coming back, on Los Cabos on July. July on February to attend this event for free. So through rank advancement. Now let's discuss how you can qualify this one. Okay, so if you look into the yoli.com/events, guys, there's already the category of how much percentage you can earn as you rank up. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick example. Like in a certain rank in Yoli, the bronze has 5 levels: 1-star bronze, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. So there's 5 levels. In the silver rank also is 5 levels: 1-star silver, 2-star, 4-star, 5-star silver. And same thing with the 5-star gold. Okay, so the 5-star gold is 5 levels. But once you hit into ruby, the ruby is only 3 levels: ruby, double, and triple ruby. Same thing with emerald. Emerald is 3 levels: single emerald, double, and triple. And then also the diamonds is only 3 levels. When you pass 5-star gold, it's only 3 levels. So let me go back to that. So the explanation, guys, and how you will qualify, you always look into what current rank you are in right now. So if you're a bronze, you don't get any kind of points, if you don't hit that rank going higher or beyond. So bronze, 2-star bronze, 5-star bronze, then you get more. Okay, so the ranking percentage of discount starts on the bronze level. Okay, so in the bronze level, guys, you get 5%. But again, if you hit the whole entire bronze, because there's 5 ranks in there, that's 5 ranks times 5%. So in the bronze alone, you can earn 25% maximum. Okay, so on the silver, again, silver has 5 levels of ranks. So if you hit into the 5-star silver, which is 5 levels, the 5 ranks times 10, because you earn 10% discount. That's 50% already. Okay, so if you're a spanking brand new person, you haven't qualified anything, so you can tell already, you getting into the gold, you will earn what, 100% already on your trip. 100% for you and 50% to your guests. Because on the gold, you earn 15%. If you hit all the levels of the gold, that's 5 ranks times 15%. That's 75% already, just on the gold alone. Now, in the ruby is 20%, and of course, on the ruby side, guys, you only earn 3 ranks in the ruby. That's 20%, 60 emerald. Okay? So look into that one. So this is how you can, qualify. You can do a screenshot on this one. And I asked already the corporate that they need to put back the old, terrier and how to qualify, because this is the same thing as the old one that we have before. But same explanation. Okay. Now, if you hit into the leadership, guys, the leadership rank is different. Now, like the diamond. So once you hit diamond, you need to be paid as diamond in 2 weeks for you to get 40%. If you hit paid as diamond in 3 weeks, 50%, 60% 4 weeks, paid 70% 5 weeks, so on and so forth. For blue diamond, they have different tier also. This is for the diamonds and above already. But if you're not diamond and above yet, this is the one that will apply on you. Okay? So usually, if you're gonna hit into a 5-star gold rank and you're a brand new member and you don't have any rank advancement yet, in the 5-star gold, you're gonna have 200% free. Okay, so this is good for those people who started brand new. Now, if you already reached the rank of a rank of a 5-star gold right now, you're a current 5-star gold, and you're gonna ask me a question, Chris, how can I get a 100 to 200% on this trip to Cabo, Los Cabos? So if you're a 5-star gold, so you need to rank up. So if you hit triple ruby, from being a 5-star gold, a triple ruby, you will get 60%. Because ruby is 20%. There are 3 levels of ruby. So ruby, 20%, double ruby, 20%, triple ruby, 20%, so 60%. Okay, so if you move up into triple emerald, so you will earn 30% each emerald level. So there are 3 emerald level. Single emerald 30%, double 30%, triple 30%. So in the emerald level already, you can tell that you're gonna get 90%. Okay, and then plus the ruby rank that you accumulate because you are 5-star gold, that's another 60%. So hitting into triple emerald level, if you're a 5-star gold, you will get 150%. Okay, you become 150% qualified on that. Okay, so 100% for you and 50% discount to your guests because you can bring 2. Now you can bring as many people as you can, but you end up paying on those people, but you're gonna use the Yoli discount. It's still good. Now sometimes we bring our kids. There are only 2 qualified. For example, if I bring 2 of my kids, me and Rose, if we qualify 200%, they pay for us, and then we need to pay for our kids. But if you look into, guys, it's cheaper because you can, tap into the discount of the company. All right, so plan yourself, guys. From now on, start looking into how to rank up. Okay, so this is the percentage. Now, the game plan is, you're going to ask me, Chris, what is my game plan? And this is how simple I want you to use, guys. Use this kind of concept and then keep duplicating it to your organization. You're going to make money on the Refer 3 program, on the Fast Start bonus, the binary, and the silver rank. Just hitting the silver rank and helping your team, hitting also the silver rank, as you duplicate, you will be pushed up. You know what I mean? So how do you do that? Following the standard of enrolling a member. So enrolling a member in the Philippines, we highly recommend that stick on the party pack. And you already know the reason behind it. On the party pack, it's 800 volume, but it will float. On the binary, is 640 because you're going to get paid 20% of the fast start. Plus, of course, we promote 3 preferred customers. You need to get 3 preferred customers to balance the customers and members, ratio. So 3 preferred customer on 200 volume, which is transformation kit, the 600 CB. And then you're going to invest into a party pack, which is in peso, it's about 55,000, right? Can I have a raise of hand? Who knows about 55? Good. So this is how we're going to do it. Now you're going to build on the left, assuming that you're brand new. You're going to have left and right team. So if this is Amethyst, if you're a new member and, I'm just using the name Amethyst, your goal is to hit a 5-star. Okay, that's the first goal. How are you going to hit a 5-star? Of course, you need to buy a party pack yourself, right? When you buy the party pack yourself, the computer will take 200 volume as your personal volume to max out the preferred, required personal volume. And then, from the 800 party pack volume, they will split the 300 on your left and 300 on your right. So when you purchase a party pack, 200 will be taken as personal volume, and the computer or the system will put 300 on your left, 300 on your right, even though you don't have a member. Then all you need to do is sponsor somebody on the left, on the party pack, which is, it will give you a 640 volume, on the binary, because you get paid 20% of fast start. So the binary is only 640 from the party pack 800. Now, if you total that one, it's 940 already, and then you help Lyra also bring in 3 PC. Remember, we recommend to balance a 3 preferred customer on 200. That's 600. Total of 1,540. And same thing what you're going to do on the right for you to qualify. Bring in somebody on the right. Example, Myra bought a party pack. You get paid 20%. Fast start bonus on the 800. Then 640 float to the binary. And that's 940. And you hit Myra. Get 3 preferred customer on 200 volume. That 600 is 540. So assuming this is the only structure that you done on the 7 days. Okay, so let's look into how much money you're gonna make on that. By default, guys, you getting 2 members and having 3 PC, by default, you're gonna max out the Refer 3 program. Now, and you can retail it to $356 times 2, which is $712 in retail. So if you're gonna convert that one into the retail price, because you're gonna have 2 free transformation kit or whatever 400 volume max out you're gonna get. Then the fast start bonus on this one, you make 20% from example of the party pack of Lyra and 160, and 20% party pack of Myra 160. That's in this example, you're gonna make 320 already, just sponsoring 2 people. Okay, and then how about the binary? Since you already qualified, 1,540, 10% on that, you get paid $154, and then you're gonna hit the silver rank on this example. Because the requirement of the silver rank is only 1,100 on your left, volume, 1,100 on your right. No? But in this example, guys, na-hit mo na yung silver kasi 1,540 na yung lumalabas dito. So you're gonna get a bonus of $100 from the company. Right? So, who among you here already get this kind of, I know Ronald already maxed out this one. Yeah? Can I have a hands up on that one, Ronald? So if you total this one, you're going to make $1,286. And I know the conversion in peso of Yoli is 48. So $1,286 times 48 pesos, 61,000 na yung kinita mo, 728. And look at into your investment of 55. Nakabawi ka na. So this is worth investing, guys. The cool thing is, you put 55,000, pero yung 55,000 mo, has 4 transformation kit. Product yan eh. Kumita ka na ng 61,000, meron ka pang 4 na transformation kit na pwede mong i-retail yung 3 kasi 1, you're gonna use it. Okay? So 61,000, pag ni-retail mo ng, 17,000 pesos ang isa, 3 yun, at doon pa lang kikita ka na ulit. So you're gonna make 100,000 income. Retailing those party pack, 3 transformation kit in your party pack plus what you're gonna make on this 4 ways to make money. Marami tayong ways to make money in Yoli, guys. I'm just showing you the 4. And the cool thing is, if you keep duplicating this structure and how people get in, like party pack and getting PC, you're gonna hit all those rank and you will get your trip to Cabo or whatever trip Yoli will give you, for free already. Okay? So let me go back to this one. See, guys, madali na yun. Alright? So, pag na-hit mo yung silver, remember that silver that we're talking about, the structure, silver wrap, you only 50% already discount on the trip to Cabo. Plus, kumita ka na ng pera. Pag na-retail mo yung mga product mo from the party pack plus the income you make on those 4 ways to make money, that's 100,000 pesos already making you money. Plus, may 50% discount ka pa sa Cabo if you wanna go. And then as you keep going up in the rank, duplicating, helping your team, you're gonna hit a gold, ruby to emerald, and you can get typically your trip to Cabo will be free. Okay, so I think that's all for today, guys. We're already an hour on our Zoom call, but thank you so much for everybody, guys, for hopping on. You know, so we're gonna continue doing this one every other Wednesday. You know, and we will take turns. So, guys, consider this one. You know, start looking into Cabo. You know, just like I told you guys, Yoli will send some invitation letter for you to help you out. You know, get a USB travel visa here, and it happens to a couple of our people already. I think we have 20 people from the Philippines were able to come to our conference a few days ago because they were given a visa. Okay, so but wag lang kayo mag-TNT dito sa Amerika, okay? You know, but there's a big chance for us, guys. So we're looking forward that we can see you some of our live events. Okay, so let me stop the recording. All right, and try to unmute everybody. All right, so guys,